man, this comic book sucks. And the reviews online said it was good. I wasted my money. Why didn't somebody tell me? And we're back. Okay, next up, Hellcat. Patsy Walker, A.K.A.
Yes,
Hellcat.
get it right. Patsy Walker, A.K.A. Hellcat.
I'm Calvin Ellis, and
We got Petey over here.
this was his choice.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying I had nothing to do with this.
Now, I haven't read, the last time I've seen a Patsy Walker story was, I think, The Defenders, where we find out that she's actually from Hell, and she was married to Damien Hellstrom.
Right.
So now this is
I vaguely remember that, because they did so much tweaking with her.
It's weird.
But, I mean, even like, okay, because for me, they're Patsy Walker stories, and they're Hellcat stories. All the Patsy Walker stories, all that stuff that happened previous to her becoming Hellcat. And if it's a Patsy Walker story, it's closer to that sort of thing. Hellcat, she's a superhero. She's going to be doing superhero stuff, fine. You know, that's the way that I've always looked at the character, because you can do both with her, because she has that history before she actually gets into the Defenders and she takes over for the original Cat.
Yeah.
So that's how I've always looked at it. But I'm sorry, you were getting on.
So they have this weird book that's out that has her sort of I guess it's supposed to be a book for girls, and it says now she's divorced from Damien Hellstrom, and then maybe she had did she have a connection, or her enemy, her rival girl, was she married to that Mad Dog guy? It's a Mad Dog guy? Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's too much backstory, because she was a soap opera character to begin with, so there's just a lot of backstory there.
So this is a very cute book, but I think somewhere towards the end it just runs dry for me. It's like, it was cutesy and I could get into it, because they were at least giving you this first time we're reading issue 9, and I'm saying, oh, they're giving me a little blurbs of who these people are. So I was like, I'm following, it's making sense,
good.
It's a little bit cute. But then by the time when the two guys get tricked into attacking her, and then it's like, oh, such and such did this, such and such did that. It got too basic for me. And then I'm just like, why am I reading this book? I was a little too crazy. So it has some fun stuff early on, but then it just sort of goes into the too cutesy for me. So,
yeah, I was surprised how much I liked this one. I started off the first couple pages, I was like, okay, and I appreciated the same thing. Let me know who these people are, because this is issue number 9. So okay, fine. And then I'm like, Jubilee's in here, and I'm like, Jubilee's a vampire.
That
was like
really probably what's cute. I forgot that. That's the part that really took me out of the story.
I was like, I don't know. I was like, when did this happen? Like, Jubilee is a vampire.
And she has a kid.
Single mother. I was like. So I'm looking at this book, and I'm like, okay, I know exactly who this book is for. Yeah. This is for your neo-feminist, Twilight reader, online, the online, she-woman stuff going on. So I'm reading this, and I'm like, okay, fine, I can, get, but let me see if it's still entertaining to me, and it was. To be honest, it still keeps with a lot of the Patsy Walker stuff that I'm familiar with before she becomes a Defender, and it's a soap opera. It's a really big soap opera. You see the opening where, do you know they're trying to kill you? And of course, Damien's going to be stupid. He's not going to come over there and say, hey, look, so-and-so told me something. I'm just going to come over here and attack. I'm going to do some straight Batman v Superman stuff. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to try to kill you. Because obviously, if someone so said it, it must be real. So you have that. And, what was the other thing? I was like, I forgot. There was one more thing you needed to add into it. Oh, yeah, there's a gay character. So, that completes the whole trifecta. That's everything that you need to make this sort of milieu for, the milieu for this sort of book.
Like, knock it out of the park.
Yeah, it's literally, it's like a checklist.
Line them all up.
Okay, but then I was looking, I was like, I was like, okay. I was like, I really would be interested in seeing at least how this resolves itself, because of all the complications that are just thrown in here. How does Damien, resolve everything here? The fact that he split up from Patsy is not a big deal. I kind of was bothered by it, but sorry. I never thought it was. I can't say it was a big deal, because I didn't really get. It's not like a Green Arrow, Black Canary type thing for me. Most of the time, if they're good, solid couples, I actually want them to stay together. I hate them just splitting it up for some complication and extra drama, because they can't write their way out of a paper bag. But here, they never came across to me as this couple or anything. They were together, but I guess because they were in the Defenders, and you you can only concentrate on them for so much.
Yeah.
You know, I never really got it. So I was like, okay, fine. But they'll probably get them back together again anyway because they seem to be dysfunctional. So hey, you know, they love their dysfunctional couples. That I would like to see resolved. And they thought, what is it? They're really going with the whole mean girl aspect.
Yes.
You know, they got the mean girl aspect. I can't remember what the name of this woman was who she was talking about. It's like it's a 4-letter name, not to make any jokes, but it's a 4-letter name. I just can't remember. I can't remember right now. It's my first introduction to the character. But even that's another checklist. Okay, we'll have the gay character, single mom, mean girl, independent woman, owns her own business, struggling, all this other type of stuff. I was like, okay, you throw it in, you mix it up, vegetable soup. But it was good, you know. But it was good. It was, you know. I can't say I wasn't entertained by it, and I didn't think I was. I was kind of doubtful the first 3 pages in. 'Cause I was like, man, I got to take in a lot of stuff, and I was like, you know, not a lot. See, if you're going to use a lot of panels on a page, the average comic has about 5-6 panels per page. They really try to decompress it on one hand, and then try to tell as much story as they can while exploding the art, you know, per panel. So if you're going to use a lot of panels per page, you have to, 1, really need them, and 2, use them well. This did that, you know, because after a while you can really be inundated with this. Unlike with Blue Beetle, they use the panels well here. They just use the panels well.
All right, so I'm gonna do my vote, but I'm gonna round up only because I do see that I just didn't really like how it ended, so I'm just gonna go with a 3. And I was edging on 2, but I'm gonna go with 3.
It was a cliffhanger, you know. I don't know. It's a cliffhanger. If you don't, it didn't end. It's just a cliffhanger. You got to come back next issue.
All right.
You gonna come back next issue?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's a no.
It is a no. It is a no. I ran out of steam on it, but you know.
It's a no. Look, we pay for these books. If we're saying maybe, we're not coming back. Okay,
what do you say? What is your vote?
This, hey, I gotta go. Another book gets a high mark out of me. This is a 4.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen,
this is a 4.
2 of them.
Okay,
2 4s.
Okay, we don't have the price. We don't have the price. You can't see the cover, so you can't see the price. Actually, no, right there, $3.99 in really, really small lettering.
There you go.
Okay, but I mean, there are 2 things that I like about this. 1, it's entertaining for a long-time reader like myself. Or like, okay, there's enough stuff over here just to get me going. What the hell? Like when the Jubilee's a vampire? Like what? You know, there's enough for me. There's enough on that one. But then 2, this is also something I could give to a kid. I could give this to a kid, and I could probably get them interested.
No, you can't give it to a kid because then they'll think Jubilee's a vampire. We can't allow hey man, they would be able to read it, but then they'd be like, no, why isn't Jubilee a vampire?
No, this is something I could give to a kid. I mean, the part of me that thinks about instructional stuff is like, okay, I can give this, and this is definitely something you could use to build reading skills, following along. Yeah. It's dense enough too that they would have to read this, and they could probably come back to it, read it again. So that would really be worth the money paying for it, because that was something that I really loved about comics. If you're a longtime collector of comics like we are, and you get to see one of these old war comics, and you look at it, and it's got some spindling here, and it's rough, and it's this. That's because somebody read it, okay? They didn't go to it one time, and then, okay, that was done. You could read that book over and over and over and over again. You were going on some long ride with your dad somewhere. You could bring a stack of these. You could read them once. On the ride back, you could read them again. They were all purpose. The stories were good enough that you could just keep revisiting them, and I think this is that type of book. So I'll give it a 4 for that. Wow. Well, there it is. That's our set of reviews, and he gave 2 4s out. So, hey, wow. You got to come back next week. You never know. You never know. Okay? But hey, you paid good. You worked hard. Okay? You took a lot of S from your boss. You don't have to spend money on anything that you don't want to. And I'm telling you, this is worthwhile. It might not relate to comics, but maybe you can find a brighter spot with that explanation on it. So remember, yeah, that's right. You graduated 6th grade just like everybody else. You deserve your bang for your buck. This one will give it to you. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon with some new reviews. Yep. We'll see you next time. Later. Later. Thanks, Spinnerack. You saved me money.